Now, if you followed my recipes and my cooking, you're going to find a lot of references to chili paste, and it's really only occurred to me fairly late in the proceedings. A lot of people don't actually know what I mean by chili paste. They generally think I mean chili sauce, which I don't. So I'm going to show you in this next segment how to make your own chili paste. I see a lot of recipes that suggest soaking the chilies in hot water for a few minutes and then just blending them from there. Now, I personally find that doesn't quite cut it if you need to blend the chilies to a smooth paste. So what I do is I put the chilies in a saucepan, add enough water to submerge them. I'm just using hot water here to speed up the process. Cover and then cook them on the stove for about 10 minutes. I then turn off the heat but keep the lid on the pan until it's cooled down enough for me to handle the contents. Next up, I transfer the chilies into a blender, probably about 2 or 3 handfuls per batch, and then just add enough water to cover it to about 2/3 of the level of the chilies themselves. Cover and blend for a few seconds, stir the contents if needs be, and then blend again until you achieve a smooth paste. If the blades have trouble spinning, you just need to add a bit more water to it, and conversely if it's too runny, just add more chilies from the saucepan. Transfer to a bowl and repeat with the rest of the chilies. If the batch turns out too thick, just add more liquid to the next batch to even out the final total outcome, and vice versa. Allow the chili paste to cool completely, then store in containers in the freezer until you need them. They can easily be defrosted in the microwave. If you only use small amounts, you can also transfer them into ice cube trays so they're easy to pop out for use in your recipes. So there you go. Now you know how to make your own chili paste that you can use in all kinds of different recipes. You can use it in the stir fries, you can use it in curries, in making sambal and making laksa paste in particular. But don't forget to freeze it because it doesn't last very long outside of the freezer. Just the other thing I wanted to mention is that if you go through a lot of Malaysian cookbooks and Malaysian recipes, you're going to find a lot of references to something called chili boh, B-O-H. And chili boh essentially is chili paste. The only caveat is that in Malaysia, chili boh, depending on which shop you buy it from, and that's what most housewives tend to do, they buy them from the shop rather than kind of like do what we've just done here. Depending on which shop you buy them from, they'll have basically different kinds of ingredients in their chili boh. So it's not just pure chili generally. It usually will have other seasoning, things like salt and sugar and maybe garlic and maybe onion and maybe even yam to give it some bulk as well. So this is something that you just got to bear in mind when you're experimenting with different recipes. It will affect the final outcome as well. So let me know how you go with this recipe, and don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful and share it around all your friends as well. Thank you guys.